It's blasphemy to ever speak anything else into this mic. It's done its job. This mic has lived this course for that moment right there.
Oh.
When you get to that point, so
well, I get it too. I just
all right. So follow me now.
Let's go.
All right. So now we're gonna bring it back. Where I was on. Family. Ooh,
oh yeah.
We love family.
Oh yeah.
We love our parents.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That message right there, I can tell you 10 toes down.
Oh yeah.
Because that is how you have to put the confidence in your parents.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let me tell you something. Now, this conversation is so powerful.
Yeah.
I have phenomenal parents.
Right.
Educators, they're great. But it had to come to a point that I had to realize they're different than me. Right? And even with what I'm doing, they're not going to always see it, but it's my vision. Right. And I'm going to tell you, Lee, there were so many moments that created the biggest pain. Because I'm like, how are the people closest to me don't get what I'm doing? I'm just like, are you serious? The people closest to me, you don't get it? You don't get what I'm doing? I'm not A, B, and C. I am on a mission, on a movement. This is bigger than me. Like, I'm crazy, right? Like,
you're extraordinary. No, you're extraordinary. You're extraordinary. You're extraordinary.
I'm telling you. Yes.
So, but that ordinary, when you're looking at everything else and you realize it's not quite sharp, what are you grabbing? What do you see? What pieces are you taking to make? What are you putting in your pot to make sharp?
I love that. Honesty. Okay?
Yeah.
Passion. Soul. Freedom. Love. Wisdom. Kindness. Art. Nature. Consciousness. Spirituality. Humanity. Expression. This is what I care about. And it takes belief in who I am, trusting my inner soul and say, Shaw, you'll be fine. This is what you want to do. You know? And that's the thing, Lee. You have to realize that not everybody's going to see your vision. They're going to see it when it's, whoa. They'll always do that. That's how human beings are so wired and conditioned. They're so lost. They'll see the only time they really value something is when they see others value it. How crazy is that?
Yeah,
but that's the system. You know? So it's like, you got to get out of the systematic thinking and say, it doesn't have to be, whoa, for it to be valued. It's valued enough because I made it, honey. It comes from me, comes from the spirit. But we are so lost that people can think of value when somebody's doing A, B, C, and D. But you want to say, oh, you're doing conscious creativity. What is this? What is that? Maybe you need to do this. Maybe I don't got to do anything. I got to be me. Because me on my highest vibrational frequency, nobody on this planet can replicate that. Nobody on this planet can replicate your magic. Nobody can do what Poeticlee does. Because there's only one you. And that's what makes you so beyond beautiful when you're willing to trust that. And every single person has that power in them because it comes from God. Fight for who you are. You have to be radical. Because if not, people are always going to try to frame you according to their own perception of what they think you should be.
Okay, perfect. How does Chardelle find her tribe, right? Because with you creating yourself, it takes you on a journey. Inward awakening, where you actually end up evolving from where you were.
Yeah.
And with our love to our surroundings, our love to our friends, we do evolve into discover our spiritual tribe, our motivational tribe, our inspirational tribe.
Yeah.
How do you begin to find your tribe? How was that process for you?
To be honest, that process was actually easy. You know why? Because I stayed true to myself. See, the thing about energy is when you vibrate on an energy of being authentic, the people who are meant for you will feel you. So even with Motivation More, we work with a lot of businesses, organizations, all of these stuff. And the people who gravitate towards Motivation More are the things that I like because I'm the person producing this thing.
Yes.
I am the creator of this company. So we work with a lot of education institutions, nonprofits, arts and entertainment, youth empowerment, fashion, communication development, personal growth, all of these things because I love arts, I love communication, I love personal development, I love spirituality. So my clients, those are my clients. And before I used to be hesitantly, because I'm like, and that's when my business was suffering, okay? When I was overthinking self. Meaning, when you stay true to yourself, it just flows. When you're trying to think too much and this and that, you face restriction because you're not open. You're not receiving because you're not vibrating in you. That's because of overthinking. Overthinking is a mental disease. It is so bad to do. It allows you to be stagnant. It blocks your blessings. And what are we really overthinking? We're overthinking the brilliance that lives in us. That's what we're doing, to be honest. When it's simplicity. We're overthinking who we are. Right. We're thinking we should be this way and that way. Do you know how much mental chaos that creates in the mind and the body and the soul and the spirit? So I had to realize I'm going to stop overthinking. I'm just going to do me. And this is the thing, kings and queens. Not only are you going to do you, you need to become a leader. You have to do you exceptionally well. Now, there's so many different personalities in all of us, right? Who are you going to be? Literally. And my thing is becoming your highest, most truthful self. Because there's different sides of me, just like there's different sides of you. Do you want to bring that person out? For what? So you have to realize I'm in control of this body right now. Not even the body, the spirit. Who do I want to move to? It's like you're going to a store. You can go to, Abercrombie. That's the name, Abercrombie.
Yeah. He's an Abercrombie. It's the first and last name. There's an Abercrombie out there.
Yes, you can go to Zara. You can go. That's the same one with yourself. Okay, you have to design who you want to be. Because guess what? Let me tell you something. If you don't design you, they're going to design you for you. They're going to design you for you. So you might as well design yourself.
There she goes again. Let it breathe. Let it breathe. That's somebody say all the time to myself. Design you before you are designed.
Facts.
At one point in your life, who were you seeing being designed as? And you saw like, ooh, no.
Okay, there was a point when I was a local news anchor that I felt like I had to be like a local news anchor. Yeah. But guess what? The one thing about Shaw, I can never be in some type of mold. Right. It doesn't work. So then I was like, hold up. This cookie cutter reporter thing, that's not me. I'm going to bring me. So literally, I was wearing my hot girl outfits on the news. Like literally, I wore this dress on the news before. Yeah. I
think you got a clip. Yeah.
Literally, like on the news, yeah. And people would actually call in the station and say my outfit was inappropriate. But guess what? This is who I am, right? So, and the thing is, people are like, did your news director or anybody ever say anything about your outfit? Right. Absolutely not. They would even say things to the other reporters and anchors like, you can't change your hair. Let me tell you something. When you accept who you are, you think people can come to you? I said, you think there can come to me and tell me about my clothes, about my hair? They would never. And they never did. You know why? Because I honored myself. Yeah. That's the thing about life. People know who they can do things to. Nobody's going to come to me and tell me what I should be looking like on TV news. They're not going to do that. I dare them to. So that happens when you're honored and you're anchored with you. People can only do things to you if you allow them. That's something, kings and queens, you have to learn in this journey of life. That's why you have to become a leader. You have to lead yourself. Don't allow people to lead you. And the moment that I ever feel like somebody's trying, no, let me get anchored, let me get focused. Because think about it, everything is just vibration of thoughts and people's opinions. Literally everything. So if you're not careful, you can alter who you are based on somebody else's perception, to the point that you don't even know who yourself is. That's why this thing is so important. You don't even know who you are, because you're listening to this person, listening to that, boom. Even when I'm speaking, kings and queens, these are my philosophies. They're not your philosophies. These are my philosophies. And there's going to be some people whose the philosophies are going to be for them. And there's going to be some people that's just not for them. And it's okay. Define you. Don't allow somebody else to define yourself. You see?
What was it? Man, you talk about inward awakening.
Inward awakening.
Right. And this daily process.
Daily.
What was the last surprise that you had about yourself? Because this inward awakening journey, once you start,
it's never ending.
Once you start, there is no going back. And it can be daily, weekly, but you're going to learn something that surprises you about yourself. What was the last thing?
You know, oh my gosh, you know what I realized about myself? I'm outgoing but very reserved. It is the most strangest things.
I feel that.
Like, yeah. I'm outgoing, but then I'm like, I really like to be by myself.
Yeah.
I like to spend time in nature. I take myself out to eat by myself.
Yeah.
You know, I just even with what I do for a living, I do my stuff. I motivate. You know, boom, 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 and then I go into like my hermit stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, I never even.
But that makes sense because you have such a strong, like you said, spiritual power, right? So your work is it's for the world. So you have to be You were just saying earlier about where's your soul going. So your soul has to have a true intention, because the power it's going to give off is at a degree and an intensity that you have to recharge. You can't just be around.
I have to recharge. I really do. So I'll just go MIA, and I respect that. That's part of honoring my inner compass, you know. And you have to do that. You have to honor yourself, because people like us who are spiritual beings, who do have these spiritual gifts, that always want to empower and motivate and inspire others, we have to be willing to take that same energy and do to ourselves. And that's another thing that I realized in this inward awakening journey. Because I'm a natural motivator and I have these gifts, and it makes me feel so good when other people can see the value of themselves. Lee, I realized, whoa. The water you're giving yourself is 0% compared to how you should be giving yourself. And I said, wow, because sometimes we get fueled by fueling people, right? But you have to fuel yourself. And I said, who can you become? Even this is my next chapter that I'm going to do right now. Who can I become when I start to actually honor myself? Who is this goddess that's going to bloom through the process of really taking care of myself? I can't even imagine. I am creating her now. We spend so much time we will give to our jobs, to our businesses, to even our arts, to everything. But sometimes to give to ourselves, we lack. I realize I have that problem. So I had to reframe even my thoughts on life, and I said, honestly, I want to develop more of a holistic lifestyle. It's not just about empowering people. It's not just about that. It's about empowering myself, taking care of myself, mind, body, soul, spirit. You can get the bag, you can get all the success, you can get all of that. But if you're not whole, what is the point? I would see myself working 14, 16-hour days for weeks, not getting enough rest. That is terrible. But I'm building my business. I have to do this. This is my dream. You gotta honor yourself. So I'm still learning that. I don't have it all figured out.
With you figuring it out, right, on this wild ride.
This wild ride.
What was the first song that you made? What was the first song?
You the Plug.
You the Plug. So that was okay.
Yeah, that was like 2 years ago. Yeah.
All right. So, was there ever any part of that poem that you captured later on, maybe as the album was just finishing up, that you never caught before that really kicked?
Wait. King.
Yeah.
when you create art, you are creating yourself. You're creating your life. Every single lyric that I have said, every single word, I feel it. When I listen to my album, Inward Awakening, I'm empowering myself. I'm like, I created this. I'm like, this. I said, wait. This is a masterpiece because this is helping me opening my own consciousness, expanding myself. I said, wow, you are healing your own self by staying true to yourself, by producing your works. So even on something like You to Plug, when I feel that, like nobody's built like you, nobody can replicate you, when you are 100% true to the divine power that lives inside of you, when I feel those lyrics, like, bro, come on, Shaw, let's go, right? Because every song on the album is a different vibe. When I listen to Inner Gangsta, everybody got an inner gangsta, tough and rooted like a soldier, overcame the pain and the trauma. Don't get it twisted. I as a warrior. That's why I have that gangsta vibe energy, because I have that energy in me. We all do. We all do. That's when, you know, in life, people are going to try to test you, not just people, yourself, situations, and you got to bring the inner gangster. You have to bring that out and be like, hold up. No. Don't get it twisted. I know what I carry. I come from God. But even always living in the inner gangster energy is not good. Balance is essential to higher state of consciousness. So that's why I even have stuff like Wild Wild Ride that's more smoother, you know, fearless. You know, then I have more divine feminine energy like Glow, you know, I'm not a star, I'm a whole galaxy, you know, very like, ooh, you know, Africa inside of us, more of that masculine energy, you know, because we've been so conditioned by the Matrix, especially Black people, that we're not good enough. I want to change the narrative on that. I want to showcase Black brilliance. You don't have to. The thing about this whole system, and let me tell you something, goes back to the pain. Remember how we were talking about pain? What our ancestors been through, what we're continuing to go through as Black people, we have to use that energy for us and be like, yo, let me stand up again. Where do I come from? I come from Africa. Where do I come from? And let me tell you, Africa has always been connected to me because of spirituality. Ever since, and nobody told me this, ever since I was a little girl, I was always like, I'm African. You know, and I could not explain it because I was just so in tune to that supernatural world. So Africa inside of us, when I created this piece, was to empower people, Black people, our brilliance, our wisdom, our magic. Do not let the system fool you. You know, and I have that in the song. Don't let the system fool you. Culture is a virtue. We all come from the motherland. Separate illusion. Never dismiss what's inside. We divine, so divine. Heavenly made, so divine. Riga, flex, excellent. Aya, queen, represent. Own economy, keep sanity. My currency is energy. Let nothing take it away. Africa inside us, hey? Because a lot of times we forget. We forget, you know? And it's true, like, own this. Own our brilliance. Own our beauty. Do not allow them to make you feel that you are less than. Do not allow them to make you feel that you're less than. Kings and queens, stand up for yourself. Educate yourself. Open your mind to spirituality. Consciousness is very, very important. You know, got another vibration.
Putting this down.